Welcome back, everyone. Plenty of families are getting ready for high school graduations, but are your kids ready for life after that?
With us today is Counselor Gail Nelson with Journey Counseling. Come on, do kids really have anxiety about going to college? Aren't you stoked to get away from your parents?
Well, certainly, yeah. You remember those days, right? I couldn't wait to get away.
No, in all honesty, I do remember driving, because I drove out when I went to college, and I'm driving down the interstate, looking in the rearview mirror, seeing Fargo, asking myself, what did I just do? It is trippy.
Kind of daunting.
Yes.
It is.
And I think everything you're familiar with.
Well, and even today, the economic reality of going to college, kids have to be ready to consider that, and parents also have to be ready to make that decision about how much they can help, if they can help.
Right.
So they need to be filling up their retirement bucket at the same time the kids are going away to college. So there can be a natural conflict of what everybody's trying to do all at the same time.
So is that something where you tell your kids ahead of time, you have a really frank discussion about finances and say, we expect that you'll have to get a job?
Well, yeah.
Part-time or something.
You know, I think the kind of the bumper sticker I use with people is it's your job to make your life work. So as a child now, moving into adulthood, you need to make your life work. Parent needs to make their life work. And if we can talk through that and figure out how we're both going to make our lives work, because we're both in new stages now, frank discussions would be a good thing to have.
So let's talk about prepping your kids, because I think you obviously get out of the nest as an 18-year-old, you're off sort of on your own, if you will. As a parent, what should you be doing to go, okay, these are some of the things you got to be privy to as you go off on your own?
Well, you know, I think, Chris, I heard one speaker talk about the idea of getting your kids the economic reality of actually showing them your paycheck as an adult and having them write out the rent check, the electric check, the cable check. I mean, you might have to get out check blanks actually so they can visually see how much money there is and how much money goes out. Because I don't know about you, but I know when I left for college, it's like, oh, it just came from somewhere, and you didn't really know how all that worked, and especially that student loan piece, there's just all this money coming in, they think, and then, I mean, what I see 4, 5, 10 years later is people sitting in my office with this look on their face like, how did I get here? And now I have $1,000 a month student loan bill. Well, now I have to choose between paying my student loans or buying a house or buying a car or having vacation, but I can't do it all. So it becomes a real economic reality. So they
well, yeah, I think it's good to make the right decisions. I mean, you know, we're going into a much more rigorous academic situation, but honestly, you know, I remember a lot of people in my dorm, that was the first time sort of away from their parents. They were out raging every night rather than focused on their studies. And so how do you set your kids up going, look, you're going to have a lot of opportunity to go party and remember why you're there?
Good, have that talk with them. That would be good.
Right, keep that in mind when my son is ready to go, and you can just have that talk with him. Yeah.
Well, you know, it's that whole bumper sticker too about make smart choices, make good choices. But as a young adult, when they've maybe not had much freedom, if that's how they feel, because everybody's been scheduling for them and classes and everything they've had to do that feels like such a load of responsibility, you really can track the kids that really don't have that skill when they go to college, because they don't navigate that well at all. So that would be a concern for a parent if they start to see those. And now as a parent, you don't even get their grades because of the privacy regulations around information. Even with you don't even get their grades.
Wow.
So you might not know.
Some parents might insist on it if they're helping pay.
Truly, that would be
if you can do that.
That'd be a great alliance. The student can sign that the parents can have access to that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it would be good.
Interesting stuff. Okay, we'll get more tips from you when we come back for parents and kids and all that good stuff when you're leaving for college. We'll be right back with Gail Nelson.